said I got this, none of this radio pop shit. I dropped this, turning back the clock to rock shit. I cop it, said knock knock, I'm on this. I'm hot bitch, like a hot bitch, it's topless. I lock in, I got this, radio drop this. Hot shit, just watch this, I fucking promise. So lit, do not miss your chance to cop this.
Hey everybody, what is going on? Welcome to FGFL week number 2. We have got some highlights for you. The first game we are going to highlight is the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Not a ton going on in this game until Vance turns around and bombs one out to Hammond. That is going to get them into territory, and that would lead to a field goal. Here's Fox from the Cardinals. Nice little strike there for a first down. Then on 3rd and 3, a good run. That will get them into Seattle territory and range to strike, and that incompletion would lead to a field goal attempt, which would be good. Cardinals later on with the football on a 3rd and 10 from the 41 would get it down to the 23. And now, as we go into the second quarter, 3rd and 6, and there's Richard. He is going to get down to the 10-yard line. Cardinals threatening here. 2nd and 3, Fox looking. He's going to roll to his right, and there's a short little pass to Shivers, and that's going to be a touchdown for Arizona. They take the lead 10-3. Seattle now on a 3rd and 1. Play fake from Vance, throw over to Fina, and that's going to get them deep into Cardinal territory with a nice little throw to Fina again. Now into the red zone. From the 13, it's going to be Millard, and Millard's going to get down to the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal for the Seahawks. Vance looking, finds Hammond into the end zone for the score, and Seattle ties this one up at 10. Into the second half now. Vance looking. He's going to throw this one to Hammond, and that's going to be a first down, getting it to the 46. Now later on from the 39, Miller, a nice little run, little spin cycle, and that's going to be a first down. 3rd and 9 from the 26. Vance to the right side, and he has Hammond wide open for Hammond's second score of the game as he bandages up in Fortnite for a 17-10 lead for Seattle. Then Hammond again across the middle. He was huge today. There is Vance on a 1st and 10 here in the fourth quarter from the Cardinal 49. He's going to unload deep down the right side, and that one going to be caught by Wansley for a 49-yard touchdown. They would review it, and there it is. It is going to be upheld in favor of Seattle and their score, and that would be the end of it. 24-10, Seattle would win this game. Vance, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Hanson Fox, 1 touchdown, 1 pick on the day. Miller with 62 yards, he played very well, and of course Brian Hammond with 123 yards, 2 touchdowns on 8 receptions. He was absolutely instrumental for the Seahawk offense. On the defensive side of things, a lot of guys coming up with 1 sack in this game. The only interception was by Carroll Stamer. He intercepted Hanson Fox. We move on to the second game of our highlight reel, and that is going to be the Chicago Bears going into Dallas to take on the Cowboys. And the Cowboys wearing their dark blue jerseys. Here is Eby, claimed off of waivers from the New Orleans Saints. And Eby going to throw that one down to the 3 and then complete it over to Redmond to complete the drive and the score for the Bears. The Bears go on top 7-0. Play a little game of rock, paper, scissor. Now Francis going to get the start here. And Francis with a nice little run, juking out a lot of defenders until he is brought down and stripped of the football. Picked up by Campman of the Bears. And the Bears get another chance here. Now Eby downfield and a big throw, and that one is caught for a 51-yard touchdown. And Eby just like that with 2 touchdown throws early in this ball game. Francis looking to make up for it on a 3rd and 6. He will throw it to the right sideline for a first down. Now a 2nd and 5 from the 26-yard line of Chicago. And a nice throw to Peck, who can't quite get in, but it would lead to a Dallas field goal. Bears with the ball now here in the second quarter, and it is Eby again throwing a nice pass to McGee. And McGee will get it down to the Dallas 36. After an offsides penalty, it's at the Dallas 31, and there is Hanspard making a nice catch. 1st and 10 from the 15. Eby going to throw it to the left, and that goes to the tight end, Warlow, who just scored his first career touchdown pass. So Warlow getting his first career score here and putting the Bears up 21-3. Later on, the Bears again would have an opportunity, and Eby over to Redmond, who breaks a tackle and gets out to the 35-yard line. 3rd and 7 now for the Bears, and Eby's going to take this one himself, doing even more work with a 16-yard run, a 3rd and inches. That one nearly intercepted. It would lead to a field goal. Bears up 24-3. 35 seconds to go in the half. Francis completes that one. Now 24 seconds. Francis with a 1st and 10 will get another 1st and 10 as he completes to Armstead. That would lead to a Dallas field goal. It's 24-6 now into the second half. Eby throwing and completing with a little English to Redmond. That'll be a 1st down. Now throwing that over to the left to McCoy, and McCoy going to get it to the Dallas 27. Now from the Dallas 24 on a 2nd and 7, it is Eby, and a nice short little throw, and that will get them down to the 9-yard line here for a 3rd and goal, and that one is going to be complete to Hanspard for his 2nd touchdown of the day. That would put the Bears up 31-6. Dallas now trying to come back any way they can. McCoy going to run that one down there, but Dallas would face a 4th and goal from the 7-yard line, and that would be incomplete, and that would end Dallas's day. They would lose this game 31-6. Benjamin Eby, claimed off waivers, has a perfect quarterback rating. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, an absolutely clean game from Benjamin Eby. He also ran for that 16 yards. Hanspard was instrumental. Redmond was instrumental for this Bears team. And, of course, Warlow with his first touchdown catch ever. There is Heckendorf and McGill with sacks. Sanu and Ornberger combined for a sack. Not a lot of picks and some fumble recoveries right there. You got Campman and Cunningham recovering some fumbles. Okay, we move on to the second most voted game by you guys. That is the New York Giants and the Houston Texans. Early on in this game, Giants, it's Schobel, who had one of the better quarterback games last week, throwing to what looked like an offensive lineman there. That dude was a big boy. Then another nice little 1st down throw, and that would get the Giants here with this 3rd and goal from the 4. Schobel looking, throwing end zone, overthrows, and that would lead to a field goal. So Giants take a 3-0 lead. Now late in the first quarter, that one's going to be picked off by DeSico, and the Giants will take over with it going into the second quarter. Late second quarter, it is 2:39 to go, and that's a nice little 1st down from Schobel to his receiver. Now Schobel looking on 1st and 10. That's going to be complete to Person, and that will be a 1st down. Later on, Giants down low. 2nd and 1. That's going to be a touchdown. And the Giants strike again with a 10-0 lead. Texans trying to make a little comeback. Wagner throwing this one out, and that is going to be complete for a 1st down. 3rd and 13, though, for the Texans. Wagner throwing deep, and it's in the back of the end zone. Touchdown. It would be reviewed and upheld to Holloway for the 33-yard touchdown catch. It is 10-7. Texans trying to make a comeback here late into the 4th quarter. And Wagner with a nice throw, and then a nice throw again, getting it inside the 10-yard line. A 3rd and 4 here from the 7. Wagner going to throw it to his left. It's going to be complete, but not quite a 1st down. Houston Texans would settle for a tie at 10. Schobel on a 1st and 10 from his own 46. Downfield complete. The person who runs over a couple defenders and gets into the end zone. Namaste. Giants up 17-10. Wagner looking, throwing downfield, complete the Holloway as the game is starting to come to a close. Wagner again, this one going to be complete to Martin. Down to the 18 now on a 3rd and 4. Wagner looking, finding a man down at the 2-yard line. It would come to a 3rd and goal. Wagner, incomplete. It looked like he had a man. 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. This is huge. The Texans are going to try and run it with Tart, and it is not going to work out. The Giants will win this ball game. What a close game. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will end this video by showing you guys the results of the simulated games from the 1 o'clock time slot, as the game of the week is a 4 o'clock game, which we will show all the 4 o'clock and night games results after that. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to drop a like. See you all next time. All right, checking out the scores of all the games that were not played. Here is the Packers taking down the New York Jets 31-10 on the road in MetLife Stadium. As we look at the stats, Brady Reisner, 2 touchdowns and an interception, was good enough to beat Benjamin Unger, the best quarterback in the league, throwing for 1 touchdown and 2 picks. That's not too great for the Jets. Nobody really did too much on the ground, but Turnbull and Tucker did combine for 87 yards and a touchdown, which isn't too bad. On the receiving end, Atkinson and Irving were a nice 1-2 punch. Irving with the touchdown. DeAndre Hightower had a touchdown as well for Green Bay. Frederick Scroggins with the touchdown for the Jets. And then Haynes Tucker got in for the Packers as well. On the defensive end of things, Charles Gee with a sack. Leland Stevenson and Dillard Simmons combined for a sack. So both sacks go to the Packers. Interceptions, Howard McBean gets one for the Jets, but Boyette and Mancuso both with interceptions for the Packers. And no forced fumbles or recoveries in this game. That's just how it went. The Bengals take down the Panthers in the Battle of Brader versus Walter, 38-21, with that 21-point second quarter for the Bengals. They also scored 10 in the fourth to ice it. Duncan Raka with 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. He had a fantastic game for the Bengals. Quinn Ali, 2 touchdowns and a pick. He wasn't bad, but not as good as Duncan. Heath Brutley ran for 50 yards. He was complimented by Bryant Hart, who ran for 32 and a touchdown. And then Antoine Hoptman and Joseph Hobbs running for 46 and 34, respectively. On the receiving end, 70 yards and a touchdown for Griffin London, but Daniel Malden had 51 and 2 scores, along with Rashard Curry, who had 50 and a score. Francis McCarthy scored for the Panthers, and Nick Hernandez scores for the Bengals. As we move into the defense, any sacks? There were a couple. Vincent Stone and Javari Russell each get a sack of their own, and then Ellis Collins and Clayton Nelms combine for the Bengals to get one, and Trey Sanders with the only interception of the game. Forced fumbles, there were 2 by Charles Elliott, and he recovered one. And then there was a forced fumble and recovery by Ricky Todd. No one else was able to recover that second Charles Elliott fumble. The Tennessee Titans take down the Baltimore Ravens in a game that was very close to the very, very end. The Titans just outscoring the Ravens there in the fourth quarter to ice this game out for themselves. Jared Goff with 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Malik Bauer played very well with 2 touchdowns, no picks, but it was not Goff level. In the running game, only Franklin Parmalee ran for any amount of yardage, and Kuntz had a very good average, so those two combined did very well together. In the receiving game, Bronson Harrison just had himself a day, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns. Eric Estes had 78 and a score. Shalon Simpson had a score for the Ravens, as well as Preston Chiavarini. And Darrell Campbell with the final Titan touchdown. Looking at the defensive side of the ball, McClam and Royster had sacks for the Ravens, and Bird had one for the Titans. Interceptions, there were none out there today. And as far as fumbles are concerned, there were none of those out there either. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers take down the Atlanta Falcons 23-10. 10 points in the fourth quarter iced this game for the Buccaneers. Everett Coons throws 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and Zachary Watkins with 1 touchdown, no interceptions today. So no interceptions by either team. Le'Veon Tuck ran very well at 69 yards and a 4.6 clip. Frost and Sutton combined for 71 yards. A 5.8 average, Sutton only with 4 carries. Did very well for himself. Shaquem Flemister ran for caught for 106 yards today. Christian Darden caught himself a touchdown pass. 2 touchdowns to the rookie tight end, Zach Peed. So very nice for him this afternoon. Jordan Hale with 2 sacks, 1.5 for Gordon Charles, 1 for Roy Sanders, Gilbert Davidson, Bradford Zastidle, 1 for Thailand Driver, and then a lot of half a sack. So teams just getting after the quarterback here in this game. But no interceptions. Not forcing any turnovers is the weird thing. There's the turnover right there. That might have been key in this game. Bradford Zastidle with the forced fumble and recovery. The New England Patriots take down the Pittsburgh Steelers. That is no surprise. A 28-7 victory. Maybe the score is a little bit of a surprise, but they do win the game. Warren Ridgway with 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and Spencer Schmidt with 1 touchdown, no interceptions, but a bad quarterback rating. That means his completion percentage was probably terrible. Mac Parker ran for 71 and a score, the only one really noteworthy here. In the receiving end of things, Chantrell Ridley for 80 yards. Bradley LaFell with 71 2 scores. Score for Javonte Holmes and Cooper Kapinos. On the defensive end, 1.5 sacks for Reed Sapnowski. There's 1 for Carlo Clifton, 1 for Sean Vernon, and a half for Maurice Bailey. Of course, no interceptions on the day. And then a lot of forced fumbles here. Wayne Diaz, Russell Hargrove, and Antoine Pruitt get in there for forced fumbles, but nobody was able to recover. The last of the 1 o'clock games, it is the Washington Redskins taking down the Philadelphia Eagles 26-18. Pretty darn close game. Really nice divisional game. This one was 14-12 going into the fourth quarter in favor of Washington, and they were just able to come out with it. Joseph Hepner able to get 2 touchdowns and an interception in this game. Gordon Valerio, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Javier Dial with an 87-yard day, 3.3 a clip. Touchdowns for Cones and Shaw of the Redskins. Morris Crable had himself a day, 118 and a score. Bryant Lambert had a great day also with 110 and a score. B.J. Heath had 66 and a score for the Redskins. On the defensive end of things, looks like there were some sacks, and there were 4 of them. 2 for each team, Deaver and Hagan of the Eagles, and Booker and Guion of the Redskins. The only interception of the day was middle linebacker Warren Kim for the Redskins, and forced fumbles, there were none today.